So this is a Chat GPT back of the napkin. I asked to estimate the total market size for the field of media literacy for each year from 2015, the year before Trump won the election, to present, including both public and private sources, including from USAID, the State Department, the National Science Foundation, DHS, the Department of Education, DOD. We're going to see even DOD is involved in this field. The military is involved in media literacy because they argue that controlling people's minds and what media they read is a national security imperative. That's how you have these Bill Kristol, McCain Institute types leveraging the military for censorship. In 2015, the year before Trump won the 2016 election and schismed the earth and created this second Cold War of the blob versus populism, it was only $4 million in government funding and only about $100 million in total if you include from private foundations and nonprofits and for-profit corporate social responsibility funds, okay? And that doubled as soon as Trump won the election. In 2017 went from $4 million to $8 million in government funding overnight. It also doubled the total amount of total funding to almost $200 million. And today it stands at $33.6 million. And again, that number is probably well over $100 million. As I noted, I identified over $100 million from the National Science Foundation alone to mis, dis, and malinformation, including media literacy, and $775 million in total. You see how it went from $100 million to almost $800 million. That's an incredible growth rate. If you take the 2015 numbers, that would be like the whole field grew by 100% every year for 10 years straight. And this was all because media literacy came to encompass the disinformation beat. And this comes out of this Norm Eisen type network, which was the strategic plan of action in January 2017. This was the David Brock, Norm Eisen autopsy of why we lost the 2016 election. And what they argue here is that they lost it because of free speech on the internet. And even though Trump won the election, Norm Eisen and David Brock say the country did not really vote for Trump-style change, even though they voted for Trump. And so we still have the mandate. Trump has the legal authority, but we have the moral authority. We are going to resist the normalization of Trump. So what they said is Trump disseminated information and misinformation to influence the media. This was the big fake news push. Fake news, until Trump co-opted that term. A little bit of background. David Brock ran something called Correct the Record. This is a pro-Hillary Clinton super PAC founded by David Brock. David Brock and like the AstroTurf fake truth squad. The PAC in 2016 aimed to find and confront social media users who posted unflattering messages about the Democrat Party frontrunner. This is like a DNC super PAC funded troll farm to reply to you that you're wrong on Twitter and Reddit and 4chan. I'm not even joking. This is literally the kind of shit they were doing when they started losing the internet during the 2016 election cycle. The idea was they were losing the internet to Donald Trump, so this super PAC had to be funded to go after Bernie Sanders. And at the time, Bernie Sanders was a lot more brave than he is now, shall we say. He was against open borders. He wanted to cut back military spending. He wanted to cut back USAID spending because he wanted all that money for free healthcare and free college tuition. So he wanted to take it from the military industrial complex and from multinational business subsidies. This was how stressed they were about free speech on the internet supporting Donald Trump.